If that don't get you going, I don't know what will. All right, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, and to the Alabama men's basketball team who are Sweet 16 bound, this is the Bama Standard. I'm Justin Raleigh, your host. With me, as always, all SEC linebacker, Mr. Marvin Constable, comedy legend Steve Brown, and senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama magazine, who also keeps the lights on for Mr. Paul Feinbaum, Mr. Stephen M. Smith.
What up? What's going on, man?
Hey,
How's it going?
What's going on?
I feel like for an intro like that, y'all are not as hyped.
We rolling, baby. We rolling. I'm hyped up, man.
Hey, man. You know, I'm excited. Steve and I know. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, but Steve and I already know you got some juicy information as far as spring training, man. So you know, I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Hey, Steve, he was at Alabama Pro Day today. He was out there timing with an old Casio watch, talking about 40 times.
Look, Marvin, stop it, Marvin.
All right, I'm done.
Hey, Marvin.
Hey, I was trying to get with Bill Belichick, man. Bill's away from me.
Oh, really? hey, Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Marvin. I heard that you were one of those 12 that came out and spoke out against Deshaun Watson. What did he do to you?
I have no comeback for that.
Hey man, but you know what? Real talk. Even though it's a joke on Marvin, fellas, be careful, man. Be careful, because now everybody coming out on everybody about the smallest stuff, man. And I think that's a new way of people just trying to get money. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to be careful, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful, because this is crazy. This is really crazy.
Because it came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. So y'all all been sitting on this for how long? Now all of a sudden y'all decide y'all ready to start telling this? Come on now.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I sure hope none of them girls from my middle school days don't come out, because I was punching my ass off back then. I was
not in middle school, Steve. Not in middle school.
Middle school, I was punching.
I was still
climbing. Hey, make it so bad. I was even making the sound. I was doing all that. I was into it. So, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a family friendly show, but yes, all y'all fellas, all of y'all are guilty of that game called hide and go get. Y'all know that. So if any of those women come out, you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Well, speaking of
only you
45, we're gonna keep that on the low.
Yeah, Steve always talking about something, man. You can't let Steve drag you in there. He'll try to pull you to the dark side now.
I missed the beginning, but I see you back at your high school weight, so you can get back into that Puerto jersey right there.
I paid homage to you, baby. I put on this old Mississippi, Alabama All-Star. Hey, this is vintage, baby.
Ain't no doubt.
Now, if we played a drinking game for how many times Marvin flexes in this show, we're gonna be on the floor.
We'll be drunk.
Well, clearly you're in Mississippi drinking moonshine, so you'll be drunker than all of us. Okay, so we're not gonna do that.
It's free. It's from my cousin.
Marvin, look,
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Hey, look, y'all don't see him pressing his arm up against the wall though, trying to make it look bigger.
Hey Marvin, Hey Marvin, you know how the old man got that way? Not reading your book. But look, so I did everything. No, hey, now real talk, y'all. I'm just joking, man. But look, if y'all really want results for real, man, y'all need to go check out Marvin's book for real. I've been on it, Marvin. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been on it. The thing I like about the book most are the pull-out games and puzzles. I like those, you know. crayons that come with it. I love it. I love it. You really simplified it. I like that. I like that.
All right, man. Let's
right,
get to why we're here. All right, man. Listen. So since Justin not gonna do it, I'll do it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest. Oh God, when I say phenomenal, I don't even know where to begin, man. I got to start with the young fella in the room. You know, well, it's actually two of them. So I'm gonna go to the one down there coming straight out of Gainesville, the one and only Mr. Jeremiah Moon. Hey,
why is he here? Why is he here? Why is he
because this is family, man. We gonna go to his uncle next. I played with his uncle at Alabama, Mr. Darius Gilbert in here. Hey, and then you know we had to bring
sir. Appreciate you having me.
And then we had to bring in from the one and only from Fox 6, Birmingham, Alabama, who knows all about these two gentlemen, the one and only Mr. JehJeh Pruitt.
What up, JehJeh?
Yeah, what up, y'all?
And last but not least,
yes, sir.
Mr. Young Rock himself, baby, the one and only Bradley Constant. He has the pressure of the world on his shoulders because I don't know how you play the rock on a daily basis. That's a lot of pressure.
No pressure, man. No pressure at all.
Really? None?
None, man. None. Beforehand, yeah, but now, no, man.
Oh, so you got used to it now, see?
It's normal.
Bro, I would have passed out in the first scene.
His glasses are fogged up and everything.
Hey, man. Hey. I would have, yeah. I would have gave out in the first scene too, because I remember that first time I did porn. As soon as they showed her, I was out of it. I was like, you know, I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. Yeah. So I guess that wasn't for. I knew right then porn wasn't for me. Porn wasn't for me. As soon as they showed the girl, you just buck. Hey, just.
We're gonna change your name. We're gonna start calling you Blank Man.
Hey, man, that's what it is. That's what it was, man. That's what it was.
Oh, man.
Well, speaking of pressure, I want to jump right into my first question. Darius, you had the pressure of playing not only for the greatest football school, but also playing a position that is quite frankly linebacker. What was that experience like dealing with that pressure?
Man, it was a great experience. My time at Alabama, man. You know, shoot, we go back years with Marvin and our crew, man. You know, am I muted?
Nah, you're not muted.
You're
hear you, brother.
You're live, man.
We hear you.
We hear you.
All right. Shoot, man. You know, we sucked from for a few years there, but hey, we ended up winning the PC championship during that time, and then we went 3-9. So, you know, we went through ups and downs, but shoot, man, we had some great times partying.
I think we
in
had
between that, but
hey, man, you know what?
Problems are a problem.
But you know what, y'all? At least y'all laid the foundation, though. Y'all did lay the foundation. Y'all did that. So you know that's a good thing. The only thing I like your game, man. Your game was on point. The only thing I don't like about you, and I still don't, is that your voice is heavier than mine. I don't like that. I don't like that. Everybody's voice is heavier than mine. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I'm just gonna come on the show next time doing sign language. I just don't like that.
Hey, ain't nothing in Marvin book to change that.
Hell no.
I can't help it with genetics. I'm not a scientist now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were building everything.
No, man. It's something in Marvin book that helps your voice get lighter. It's this thing on page 82. It's called the ball cruncher. You get a hammer. Well, not
Why are y'all encouraging this, man?
Never mind. Don't even worry about it.
Don't get it away, Steve. You have to get the premium membership to get that. So don't get it away for free.
But shoot, man. But during that time, man, it was good times though, man. Great friendships, as you can see, still with Marvin, and man, we still talk and guys that you build those relationships during that time, man. It's just it was great.
That's what's up. Yeah. Hey man, can you do me a favor real quick before we go on any farther? Can I see you are you in a room with the ceiling fan?
Oh God.
Are you?
All right, go ahead. What you need?
Steve
May I see? May I look at your ceiling fan, please? Because every Bama great that's been on here, their ceiling fan has been freaking awful. It's been terrible. I mean, awful. I just want to make sure if you a real Bama great, because if your ceiling fan. Your ceiling fan, your ceiling fan is awful. Yeah, you are great. Yep, you were great. Your ceiling fan is awful. That's the old ceiling fan from the Citizens Club in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. Take us back there, baby.
There
good.
are strong
Great times had there, baby.
You with a ceiling fan like that, you was a dog at Bama. You was the man. You was the man.
You are special. Well, I have a question for Mr. Moon. So, with COVID and everything that happened, you get to come back and play another year. What made you decide not to go to the Senior Bowl and come back for an additional year? Because this is unheard of territory. Nobody's ever had this option before.
Yeah. So it was a multitude of things, but at the end of the day, it was really, I felt like I left a lot on the table. And I only played a few games because something happened. But I'm here now. I'm grateful. Everything happened for a reason. So I've been working. We get a little break right now. The team been working hard. We just finished spring ball. So
hey, Marvin,
we'll be back on top soon.
Marvin, he lying. He coming back because he think they're gonna beat Bama this year. That's why he coming back. They cried in the locker room. And they looked at each other eyes and said, "Hey man, let's try one more time." That's what y'all did. So that's why you back,
baby. It's in the swamp.
I didn't have nothing to do with this, Jeremiah. But I'm curious. I want to ask you, JJ. You know more about these two than anybody else on here. What are the similarities and what do you think makes them them? Because again, you got to see a lot more of them than any of us ever have and ever will.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, they both are equal in size. Jeremiah is about 3 inches taller than you. Darius 2 inches taller than you.
Yeah.
But
yeah. He's not longer than me for sure.
Yeah. But Darius was a little bit thicker, and so back in the day, we used to always talk about, what was the difference with the guys back then when y'all were playing, when we were all playing, and the guys today? Well, the guys, of course, today are bigger, faster, stronger, but you don't believe that, Steve?
Hell no. Hey, JJ, the reason they look bigger, faster, and stronger is because of the fact that football is like all about safety now. So they don't let these guys really go at it like they used to. Like for instance, he'll punch his son in the mouth and his whole head will come off. See, because he ain't built like his daddy. You know what I'm saying? His daddy been hit by cars and trains. He ain't been hit by nothing. And then he played for Florida. How would you let your son go to Florida? How that happen?
It's uncle and nephew, but they are. But hey, Jeremiah, he chose to go where he wanted to go, man. Look, and we supported him. Darius was supporting him when we played in the SEC championship game. If Jeremiah had played, we was rooting for his nephew. That's what he was gonna do.
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah, I would have definitely been rooting for Jeremiah. Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would have wanted him to doggone have a monster game. Lose.
Hold on, JJ. So JJ, this is uncle and nephew.
Uncle and nephew, yeah.
Oh, so I know what happened. See, what happened was, so your mom is his brother, right?
No,
correct.
Sister.
Right. So what happened was your mama beat him up, and therefore he didn't want you coming to the same school to tell everybody that he got whooped by a woman. That's what happened.
I think you might be slightly off, Steve.
Oh, really?
That was a good try, Steve. That was a really good analogy right there. But
I was wrong.
But I think You know,
welcome to the Price is Right.
Marvin, you asked the similarities. I think the size and the speed was probably similar, but what's different is Jeremiah's got about a 11-foot wingspan, man, and Darius doesn't have quite that much of a wingspan. But they were both similar. They both came off the ball hard, and both playing the same position, which is crazy from two different schools. But man, I really enjoy watching both of them play. And I thought, when I was watching Darius as a freshman and sophomore and watching Jeremiah as a freshman and sophomore, of course, that was the time for them to kind of learn the game a little bit. And you know how fast the game is when you're a freshman and sophomore. The game starts getting slower as you get older. So, man, I'm really proud of what Darius ended up doing and what Jeremiah's going to end up doing.
So JehJeh, you proud of Jeremiah?
Oh yeah, definitely proud
he
of him.
Played for Florida. He played for Florida.
Hold on. I got one question. I got one question for Jeremiah. Jeremiah, who told the Florida DB to throw that shoe? Who told the Florida DB to throw that shoe, bro?
I knew this was going to happen here.
Jeremiah, don't let them gang up on you.
Jeremiah, ask the question. Jeremiah, I want to ask you this before you answer Stephen's question. And I want you to look dead in this camera and look at me. Because if you look at Stephen, you're going to get dizzy. Look at me. Listen. Have you ever, at least one time, thought about playing for Bama? Don't lie.
Have I ever?
Thought about playing for Bama? Huh?
Not in the.
No, I know. I'm saying, have you ever?
Oh, back in the day, sure.
Hey, man. Hey, look, this is what you need to do, man. Go on to that transfer portal right now. Everybody doing it. And come on home. Come on home.
Jeremiah,
help me out, man.
Don't take the bait, Jeremiah.
I can't get it, man. He 100% Gator bait right now.
Yeah.
Don't take
but
bait.
Honestly, man, it is what it is. I'm proud of him. He's gone down there. He's had a great career, man. And I can't knock him. I'm gonna continue to support him. Now, when we go down there,
but look,
I have to. It's blood, baby.
Yeah. But explain to me who told the Florida DB to throw that shoe, though.
Yeah, why? You want to know?
Why?
He made a mistake. He learned from it.
And it wasn't even no Nike. It was a New Balance.
He got caught in the moment.
He thought that game was.
Well, by golly, he cost me $2 too.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. Look, Jeremiah, get from down there in Gainesville. I'm telling you, man, it's a trap. Look at me. They got the ugliest hookers I've ever met. Look, don't do it. Get from down there.
I don't think that was a selling point.
So okay, but we have a question. We have a question from the audience for you, Bradley. Somebody wants to know, have you ever met The Rock? But before you answer, speaking of football, you got to go to the University of Miami. You've seen all of these things. You played The Rock and everything else.
Yeah.
What is that whole experience even like? And the guy wants to know, have you ever met The Rock?
Man, it's crazy. It's weird. Because I've been a fan of this man since I was little. Like, I remember me and my dad sitting in the living room watching him and The Undertaker and all that, man. And when you audition, like actors, they'll tell you the same way. You audition for about 3,000 things, and you might get like 4 of them. So you don't go into it really expecting to actually get it. So I know when I got that call from my manager, my mom was over there screaming like crazy.
That's what's up.
And it's weird. And so I haven't met him in person because of COVID and all that, but we've had FaceTimes and chats like this, just one-on-one. It was pretty cool, man. It's weird. I was a real big fanboy at first. I kept calling him Rock and everything, but I try to act cool now. I just call him DJ. So
well, I gotta admit this though. I'm watching the show. Love the show. It's funny. I don't know what's funnier, the scene when you walk away from that car and hang up that payphone, or when you punch the guy in the hallway for calling wrestling fake. Those are by far my 2 favorite moments.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My favorite is knocking the kid out. That was my favorite.
Yeah, in the hallway. Yeah. Okay.
Tell you what, he almost messed up a couple times too because he stepped a little bit farther ahead of his mark. And the stunt coordinator was like, "You grazed his nose, man." You want to try to make it real? I was like lunging towards this dude, but
Oh, you really punched him? All right.
I was swinging. Man. I was like, "Look, don't come too close, man, because I'm swinging, and if it hits you, then it hits you."
Wow.
It was fun.
Hey, bruh, you were trying to get that check. I ain't mad at you.
Get that check.
Well, I gotta ask this question, okay? Will there be a season 2? And is there a big screen appearance in the future for you that we should be expecting or anticipating?
Well, unfortunately, I gotta tell you, on both of those, I don't know.
Hey man, look, hey, don't.
Hold on, Steve. Bradley will not be on no back page or no Pornhub. Stop that, 'cause I know
I'm
where you
gonna
going
tell
with
you,
this.
man.
I know where you
do
don't
like
be-
that,
don't-
man. Do like me, bro. I can get you signed up.
Before I do that.
Hey, look, I can get you signed up. Pornhub or whatever you want, bro. You'll be on all the time. So, but you know.
Steve just happy that they vaccinating all these seniors now. He can start back visiting these nursing homes.
Exactly. Exactly.
He reactivated his MySpace account just for that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Follow me on Tinder. Exactly.
So, Bradley, of course, you came from an insanely talented family. You know, Marvin's a legend at Bama. You know, practically your whole family were athletes, entertainers, you name it. You know, what's it like for you to be coming up and playing the most iconic man in the world and dealing with the pressure of playing that role?
I mean, honestly, I don't really think about it too much. I think if you buy into all the hype of all that, you can get a lot of pressure on yourself. But it's really all in your own head. You can take away all that pressure. And like talking to DJ, you know, he was never like, "No, you better do it like this." There's no pressure from him or anything like that. He's just cool. And I mean, I don't go out and party. I just hang with my family and all that. So there's really no pressure at all. It's cool.
What's up?
So you don't have any Hollywood chicks, is what you saying? Not yet.
Hold on.
Not yet.
Every time somebody.
What's the picture in the background right there, my guy? Is that Iron Man back there?
Nah, that's Rocky Johnson. That's Dwayne's dad.
That's Rocky Johnson? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky Johnson, Soul Man.
Yeah, man. Every time if I get a message from anybody in DM or anything, I forward it to my brother. Like, what should I say? He said, ignore it. My brother's always got my back. I'm focused.
Hey, no, forward it to me. Yeah.
Bradley, you.
Hey, let me be your publicist now. Now you're gonna have a lot of misspelled words on your contract, but look, I got you.
Steve, Bradley don't need them Deshaun Watson problems. Leave Steve out of this.
Let his career take off.
Hey man, I'm trying to help the man.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Watson too, man. I feel real bad for him.
I do too. So, hey, JJ.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on.
Attorney for
I got
people for the others are involved with the owner of the Texans. I thought there's like some kind of controversy going back and forth.
It's a setup.
Well, Steve, let me ask you this, Steve. You done been on Comic View. You done been on all these TV shows. You ever had some women come after you like that? Like Sister Sarah and Shirley and them, they come down there?
Why they got to be old? Hey, let me tell you something, man. Look, no, real talk. From an entertainer standpoint, even if you're playing at Bama, you're going to have groupies no matter what, from a small scale to a large scale. So the thing is, man, you just got to be careful, and you got to remember your upbringing, because trust me, they come at you just like that, just like you. I mean, I've been in situations where, you know, we get in limousines and they're already having sex in the limousine. Real talk. I mean, just all type of stuff. So guess what I do? I drive the limousine. I don't want to have nothing to do with none of it, because I don't drink, I don't smoke. You know, I'm like my man here. I don't. So because you got to be very careful, because you never know. You know, now in this day and time, you think you're safe, and you did something 10, 11 years ago, and bam, they come right back and they're accusing you of some stuff. So it's all about getting that money the quick way. That's why I want this man out of Gainesville, because it's gonna be an ugly hooker coming at you. It's gonna be, I'm gonna sell him. As a matter of fact, let me call. Let me call this Ernestine. What's your number?
Well, I will give one piece of advice to Jeremiah and Bradley, man. Be careful, man. You know, when we came up, we didn't have social media. We didn't have all these camera phones. So a lot of stuff that we were able to do, you can't do no more, because you don't know who's watching now. Everybody always doing this.
You're right. Y'all young men, please, y'all got a great future ahead of you. Be careful. Wear a condom. As a matter of fact, I got one on now. Let me show you. Look, so hold on. No. I just want to, you don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help the young men out, and y'all tripping.
I'm worried about you, man.
I am. Yeah, I do. Jeremiah, I want to ask you a question, man.
You want to?
So, throughout your career, you faced a lot of adversity with, being slowed down with injuries and whatnot. How have you dealt with that? And, how have you overcome that heading into your senior year?
Yeah, I mean, I stay positive. I know all my dreams are still ahead of me. So, I'm just going around like during practice. I'm being a coach and just trying to motivate others. I'm still trying to be that leader. So, don't really put the focus on me. Put it on my teammates. It's not about me, so I ain't worried about it.
Does Alabama play Florida in Florida this year, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jeremiah, we gonna beat y'all ass. You do know that, right?
Tell him, Jeremiah, I ain't had nothing to do with this, Jeremiah.
Hey, Steve,
hey, man,
don't put me in there right now.
Hey, I tell you what, I promise you, if Florida happen to look up and beat Bama, I'm gonna fake my own death. I promise you, I'm gonna fake my death.
Hey,
so y'all we don't see him on the show where he
I'm 7 the ball out. I need number 7 the ball out.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I need it.
Because you got to support the family, baby.
That's
you
right,
got to support the family. Because at the end of the day, your real family is going to support that family.
This is your family. When it comes to football, this is your family.
Hey, roll tide.
Yeah. Hey, we don't even
go. We
go
J Moon.
Let me tell you something, man. Hey, Jeremiah, I don't even like you. I ain't gonna tell you in your face because you might knock my old ass out, but I don't like you.
but you gotta understand something though.
I got them gangster fingers on Twitter.
I already know.
But you gotta support your family. My sister played at LSU. So when they came to Tuscaloosa to play, or when I was in Baton Rouge, I supported my sister, even though she played at LSU. Because at the end of the day, that's still your family. You got to support them first and foremost. Even though they booed my sister the whole time, but you got to support your family first.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Jeremiah, real talk. Hey, man, I wish you the best, man. Go out there and do your thing. Go get that money, make that family proud. Just don't do it against Bama. Have a terrible ass game. I mean, offsides, missed tackles, do all that. But against everybody else,
it's going to be prime time.
Hey, Steve, I know how to go make some money.
How?
What you saying, Jay?
I told him, I said, that's when you got to ball out.
You want to go make some money, then you go get some. Yeah, well, that's how you make some money. Go ball out against Alabama.
Exactly.
That's when they're watching.
That's right.
So Bradley, growing up in Tuscaloosa, you a lot younger than me. So if y'all don't know,
oh no, you look 25, man.
I'm 41, Bradley. But here's the thing.
How old are you, Marvin?
I'm 41.
You built like you got. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing though. So, like your brothers, your older brothers, like I know them because again, y'all grew up down like 4 houses down from us in Alpine Hills. But you were just the baby though.
I was tiny, man.
Right. See, so you were just a baby. But your older brothers, like I said, we grew up like 4 houses apart in Alpine Hills, man. So growing up in Tuscaloosa, We know you grew up an Alabama fan. Did you ever have any desire to play football?
Man, I tell you what, I really did. I wanted to, but I never played football though. I was playing baseball the whole time. It was torn because I really love baseball, but I didn't want to split that and play football.
That's what's up.
I don't know, because I had an injury when I was 12, 13, and that was when I was about to consider trying out for middle school team. And that's when I found acting, and then I ended up moving to New York. So that went another way. But in another life, who knows? Maybe I'll get to on this show. I kind of get to do it.
Bradley, you know what, man? We're proud of you, man. Marvin, why you ain't tell him? You told us he was really terrible in baseball. Tell him, were you that terrible, Marvin? So you were awful.
No, but in real life though, Bradley, I would like for you to tell them the story about how you did leave Alabama and you moved and you followed your dreams, because a lot of people are not willing to take that type of risk to go follow their dreams.
Hell no, they don't want to leave Tuscaloosa. That's why I went to Northport.
Oh God.
No, man, I think it's not really me. I mean, I think, I was lucky to have, my mom and my brothers that, they didn't tell me that I couldn't do it. My brother Michael, my middle brother, he was the first one to leave the house. He went to school up in Boston, and none of us had ever considered leaving Alabama at that point. So him leaving really kind of probably convinced my mom even more so that we could move out somewhere. We were broke. We didn't have any money. I mean, we moved to New York and we got a rental car and went up there, packed what we could in the back of it, and then lived in the attic of this couple's house for like 5 months. I slept like 3 or 4 feet away from my mom.
Man, y'all had the real hustle story.
Yeah, it's kind of a hustle, man.
Hey, man. Yeah. Hey. That's what it is.
And then from New York to LA.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be willing to go for it. You know what I mean? If it doesn't work out, you can always go back, but you got to try at least. So.
Well, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I knew when I was young, I was leaving Tuscaloosa. That wasn't an option.
You know what though, man? The thing is, another thing with that story that I like, even if things didn't work out, at least you can say you tried. And that's the thing. And that's the thing with a lot of young people. They are afraid to step out on faith. And man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan just hearing that story alone. You said you went from New York to LA.
Yeah, I went from New York to LA.
Oh wow! So you down in Mobile, lower Alabama. You went from New York to no. Don't even worry about it, man. Y'all always got. I'm just saying. He went from New York to Mobile, and LA. Okay, no, I'm thinking about Alabama. I'm thinking about Alabama.
Well, I do have a question. Can I ask Bradley and Steve a question real quick?
Hey, go for it.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me nothing about all. Don't ask me nothing about all the women I've been with now.
This is a good question. So Steve and Bradley, and because you guys are different in age, but kind of in the same field, I want to ask both of your perspective. Bradley, we'll start with you, and then Steve, I want you to respond. There's a lot of kids nowadays, as y'all just mentioned, the young kids, they don't want to put in the work like they should in order to reach their goals. What advice would you give, Bradley? And Steve, I'm gonna ask you the same question. What advice would y'all give to those guys who really want to do what y'all want to do, but just not putting in the work like they should right now?
I think it's like you were talking about social media and all that earlier. I think really it's hard, and I still struggle with it a lot too. I pull out my phone and I see people doing a bunch of fun stuff, traveling and doing all that. And I think a lot of people fall into the trap of trying to like make things happen really fast. And I think the best thing I ever learned was that it's going to take a hell of a long time. This was 10 years after I decided I wanted to do that. We moved to New York. And there was a lot of no's. So you really have to find your reason for why you want to do something. I do it for my family. I mean, I think about even, this show. I think about when I have kids one day, even if I don't do anything else after this, I can show them, hey, you know what? If you want to do something, even if it's hard, you can do it and make it happen. Like, it sounds corny, but it's real, man. And I think that's the biggest
thing,
believing in themselves, and you got to do it.
It's real.
Steve, what's up with you? You've been in the
and as far as me, I left Tuscaloosa at a young age as well, and it's all about the grind, man. It's because honestly, you get to these places, you reach these goals, but you think about the journey. And you like, wow, I went through this. I went from here to there to now where I am, and it's really, really cool. And now it's even now that the people think that it's a lot easier because now we're in the microwave age, meaning like you can go on Instagram and do something and become an instant star. But actually, Instagram, people look at Instagram a lot and get depressed, get frustrated because they think that, you know, these people are really doing it big or whatever. But actually, Instagram is pretty much mythical. People make people think that they're doing so much and this and that, and a lot of them are still living at home with their parents and living, you know, just a air mattress. But that's why I always encourage, you know, young entertainers like Bradley not even look at Instagram. Just continue your grind. If you're gonna post, but don't get caught up in the gold chains and the cars and this and that, because you know, in the entertainment business, a lot of that is rented stuff. Now, people think that people are really balling out and doing the thing. And actually, trust me, it's a grind and a struggle, and you have to really sacrifice. Because I'm not gonna lie, I lost a lot, you know, but I gained a lot as well, and that's just the nature of the business.
Yeah, we got a question from the audience real quick, and JJ, you can answer this as well. I'm gonna start with Jeremiah. What can Florida do differently in the upcoming game, Bama versus Florida?
Hold on. But I see Jeremiah adjusting his camera, trying to get the Gator in the shot right there. Though.
I see you trying to work that in. Hey, it's SEC. You're still family, Jeremiah. So
do it, Jeremiah. Do it, man.
You hear me?
Oh, so you trying to do a background? Well, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna get a naked picture of myself and put in the background. Give me a
I'm gonna log off.
Right.
Yeah, well.
But what about a naked picture of me and Hattie?
That picture gonna smell like liniment and mothballs, man. Don't do that.
Jeremiah, go ahead and answer that question.
Yeah, Jeremiah. Yeah, the question was, if you didn't hear it, was a fan asked, "What can Florida do differently against Alabama this next season to have a different result?"
Can't hear you, Jeremiah. I think his audio might be off. He might be muted.
No. He heard the question. He heard it.
But while we're waiting for his answer, I will say this about that situation. Florida actually probably gave us the best game all year. You know, that was the only game where I really started to get nervous. I think that they exposed a lot of Alabama's weaknesses on defense, especially in the secondary, that second half of that game. Because if they'd have had a little bit more time on the clock, they probably would have did something that nobody else would have done to Alabama this year. Because, again, that second half, they applied pressure to that secondary in ways it hadn't been applied to them all season long. They found those openings. They found how to get past that press man. They figured it out, and they exploited it to the fullest second half.
Marvin, they exploited our boy, Pete Golden. That's what they exploited.
So this right here, this is a perfect segue into the first day of spring football, because Christian Harris spoke on Monday, and I talked with Christian Harris. You want to talk about a serious dude? Christian Harris literally said, what we're going to do this season, we're going to be better on second down. That way, when we get to third down, we can already shut these guys up. Christian Harris is already putting together the plan. People kept talking about last year. He's like, that was last year. I know I had Dylan in front of me. I had all these other guys in front of me. It's my time. I'm going to lead this group right now. I'm going to get all the calls across the board. This is my defense.
Hey, Steve.
Christian Harris said.
Steve, this is one problem with that. Pete Golden still calling the defenses. Oh, my God.
I'm saying. But Marvin, think about this stuff.
Hey, man. As long as Pete Golden calling the defenses, I got to see it to believe it. That's all.
Hey, man. Hey, did y'all notice? Did y'all notice when he started talking about Alabama defense and started shutting people down? You notice Jeremiah got off like, oh shit, we in trouble.
No,
he got off.
Marvin. Now, Marvin. Now, yeah. I do agree. It's still at the end got to come down to PG over there on the sideline. But
hold on. Mr. Pruitt, what are your thoughts on Pete Golden?
Hey, I was about to ask.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you. I was sure gonna ask him. Go ahead, JJ. Listen, JJ, hold up. JJ, before you answer this, you are not on the news. You are among brothers. You're amongst brothers. Now look,
guy.
hey, look, hold on. Justin, he white, but he's still a brother. Okay, you're amongst brothers.
I'm Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Irish.
He's asking these questions like, I still got to interview Pete Golden, man. I still got to interview you guys. Come on, man.
Blame it on me. Blame it on me. We all look alike. Remember, blame it on me.
Well, hey, listen, just in the context of the Alabama-Florida game, Marvin, I agree with you. I mean, you know, he got out-coached that game there, and
every other game.
Well, he's still learning and stuff, you know. But I'm sure Nick Saban's going to have a leash on him a little bit, and but
JJ,
is he
Alabama's
Marvin,
not
you really
school
gonna let
go
JJ do this?
to learn,
Marvin,
though, JJ.
Marvin,
is
you
he
gonna
the
let
coach?
JJ do this? You
We
gonna
gotta
let
let
JJ do
JJ
this?
we gotta let him keep his job, though, Steve. We can't
Let the man
Steve,
speak.
I'll answer the question. If he continues to do that route right there, you don't do that at Alabama. Like Nick Saban is not going to waste his time on trying to teach somebody how to call plays, because I'm sure he had him on a leash then because he was making wrong calls and everything else. But you know, hey, when you got athletes like those guys at Alabama, man, you can afford to make a few mistakes, I guess you might say. But you know, like you said, the only game that was even close was the SEC championship game against Florida. And you know, Dan Mullen is a doggone good coach, and he goes in and was like, "Hey, I think I can expose this dude," and he did. And there was coaches.
I want to ask.
Good thing we could score a doggone 80 points a game.
Right.
I want to ask Jeremiah something. Jeremiah, when y'all got to fighting against, was it Mizzou? Did you throw any licks?
Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait.
Tell it.
Did you hit it?
No,
Did you hit anybody?
It's over now.
Don't take the bait.
Did you hit anybody?
You are still in school. Don't take the bait.
Just shake your head. Just shake your head.
Tell it. Tell it.
Tell it. Tell it. Did you swing on anybody? Thank you, hey, now you know Mizzou coach would have beat Dan Mullen ass. You do know that, right? You do know that. Dan would have lost that one. I think
You would have saw this.
he would have lost.
Speaking of defense, Darius, I want to get with you real quick. Man, what's it take in your mind to play linebacker at Alabama? What kind of mentality does that take?
Man, you just got to be hard-nosed and be a physical cat. You know, football's a violent game these days. So, you know, you're going to get contact every single play. What is that? Jeremiah, is that you?
No, that's yeah. I'm sharing time between y'all and Pornhub. Go ahead.
You know, football is just a physical game, man. And if you're in that box, you got to have a mentality that you just go doggone knock somebody out every single play, and you can't get tired of it. So, that's kind of what it is.
Hey, y'all, hold on, man. This girl done gave me a virus. Golly.
But you know, but playing linebacker at Alabama, it comes with a different set of expectations, because you got to look at the players who came before you. You got to look at the Derek Thomases, the Kaniz Bennett's, the Derek Odens, and all those other guys. It's such a high standard when you go to Alabama and you play linebacker, so you know what's expected of you. And you just have to go out there and perform, you know, and that's one of the things about a lot of these young guys. I don't think that they know the history of Alabama football as much as they should, because, again, everybody gets this hype from the internet now, and they think that they give to the sport. So they don't get to see the history. You know, we got to see the history because we weren't consumed with ourselves.
Yeah,
Jeremiah. Yourselves, it's a lot easier to see what came before you.
Right.
Okay. So Darius, and then you also, Marvin. So how do you balance the history, but then being able to have just your own style to it? Because you look at that history and you be like, dang, like this brother came and this brother came and that brother came and that pimp came, and how am I gonna measure up to all this? So how do you balance the history, but then keep your own flair to it?
Well, Darius can probably attest to this. From the moment I walked on campus, I thought I was the toughest thing walking, and I wasn't gonna let nobody outdo me no way. I tried to knock out everything that moved. So,
hey, Darius, Now Marvin always complain, always bragging about, man, I was this linebacker, I was that, I was this. Did you play beside Marvin?
I did.
How was Marvin? Tell the truth. How was Marvin? Because I ain't gonna lie, he ain't shit on the PlayStation. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He ranked about a 48. I'm like, how the hell?
Man, listen, Marvin was the most jacked dude I ever seen from high school to the time he was in college, and he still is doggone out like he's trying to play again.
Yep.
Crazy on the field, like his mentality was to knock you in the dirt every single play and make you like it. So
hey man, I'm gonna give you my phone number. When my phone get cut back on, call me so you can tell me the truth.
Hey, I got a question real quick for Bradley. Bradley, what ways do you connect with The Rock's character at 15 years old?
Yo, let me fix my screen first.
I got you, man.
All right, bet.
He on Pornhub too. I hear you, young fella.
No,
Oh,
not.
God.
It's that virus that Florida dude hit us with.
Oh yeah. Miss Minnie, she gave me a virus too. Miss Minnie. Yep, she gave me a virus too.
He logged on with that.
Yeah.
All right, can you repeat the question?
Yes, I'll repeat the question in the midst of all this nonsense. Now, I was saying, you played the 15-year-old Rock in that stage of his life. In what ways do you personally connect with that role?
It's tough because it's not exact. I think for most actors, it's not exact. But, it was partly a surprise to me. I didn't know that his family was struggling financially. And, the dynamic of the relationship with his parents, in no specific way, but in me at a different age, I kind of dealt with a lot of that. And, it's tough when you have stress at home and you got like family and things that you're working with when you're at home, but when you go to school, you're trying to have fun, you want to hang out with your friends, and you're trying to figure out like what's important to you. The biggest thing, even when I chatted with him, man, it was like there's this edge or aggression. There's a reason why you might take things out, why you might knock out that kid, because you're stressed about something at home, and your teachers and your friends may not know about it. You don't talk to your friends about that. I mean, we all have close friends, but even with your closest friends in high school, you don't really talk to them about personal stuff at home like that. So for me, and that's partly what took away a lot of the pressure, was realizing there was a lot of stuff I could relate with. Yeah.
All right. So Bradley, we know you got to go in a second because your show is getting ready to come on NBC in a matter of minutes. So what should we expect to see tonight other than mom chewing you out in the jewelry store?
I can't hear anything he's saying.
Can you hear me, Bradley?
Yeah, I can hear you though.
Okay, what Marvin asked was, what can we expect to see tonight in tonight's episode before you sign off of here?
What will we see tonight?
Yeah, what can we expect from the audience, man? Because we got left with a cliffhanger, man. So we've been waiting for an entire week.
Nah, it picks up. It picks up right after me knocking out that kid for smack talking my family. And, you get your mom coming in like a real mom does, and she rips me up. She starts punishing me. And, a lot of that stuff kind of comes to head, her figuring out what I've been up to, what I've been doing. I kind of make a few more mistakes tonight, too.
Okay.
Dude, I know.
Man, this feels like Notorious B.I.G. Let's go.
I think my mom and my dad would have tore my butt up if I was doing some of the stuff that I'm doing in tonight's episode. But
I hear you.
Yeah, man. And then it all comes around eventually. Though I won't spoil it, but it's good.
All right, I got you. All right, we're drawing to the end of our show, real quick, guys. In each of your careers, can you tell us what I guess your defining moment was? I know, Bradley, your story is still being written. But I guess you can still answer that question. I'll start with you, JJ, and then we'll go to Darius, and then end with you, Bradley.
All right.
I think the defining moment for me was when I got a chance to interview Michael Jordan in Atlanta, man. It was a thrill for me, man, to see how this man commanded the media. If we had more time, I could just tell you, man, but he literally commanded the media. If he told them to stop, they stopped. If he said, come on, they came on. He was total control. It was good to see somebody with that much power. It was amazing, man. That was the defining moment for me.
That's powerful.
For me, man, for me, after, it was a great experience of playing ball and, playing at the University of Alabama. But to me, my defining moment I guess is now and having an impact on kids these days as a school teacher, as a coach, being a mentor and seeing what kids go through each and every day and being able to be a positive male influence in their life, you know, whether it's good, badly, just being able to be a positive role model for them now. So for me, I mean, that's where I am and as a defining time in my life.
Bradley?
For me?
Yeah.
I would say probably moving to LA, because I think when I got in New York, I started to get pretty comfortable. That's why I was still in high school too. And I had a girlfriend who lived in the Bronx, and I started getting distracted, and I wasn't like having as many auditions. I wasn't taking classes as much. And then my manager at the time hit me up. I wasn't getting auditions at the time. She hit me up. She said, "Hey, you should move to LA. You know, all this could happen." I really liked that girl. I was really happy there. But I think in that moment, something came over me, and I immediately knew what I wanted to do. And I loved that a lot more than, what I had going on there. And I cried. I'll be real with you. I cried on the plane over to LA.
I understand.
Yeah.
So have you brought her to LA
here,
yet?
Man, it was really hard being away from here too, and a lot from the familiarity that I had in New York. But I still had my mom with me, and I kind of started over, and that really solidified that this is something I wanted to do, and my head was on right.
So.
Marvin asked a question. Did you bring the girl to LA?
Nah, man. No, we broke up, but we're friends.
Oh, man, you don't know what I'm talking about.
You gotta stay friends, man.
Knock him down, youngster. Knock him down. Knock him down.
Please don't listen to him.
My mom's trying to watch the show. I got to do it.
Thank you, Bradley, for joining us. Thank you.
We really appreciate you, brother.
Hey, let my mom pop in and say hey real quick, though.
All right.
Hey.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, hello.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Julie.
Hi.
Don't say
Hi.
nothing from your back.
Hey, Bradley. Hey, Bradley.
I appreciate y'all having me on here. It's nice seeing all y'all.
Glad to have you, brother.
Thank you.
Of course, man. Take care.
But bring your mom back. Wait, where you going? Bring your mom back.
Family show. All right, Vaughn, real quick.
I was trying to join the family. What you mean? I was trying to join the family.
She's on Instagram, Steve. She's on Instagram, Steve. She's on Instagram.
I'm not
okay,
giving you
no,
Instagram.
No. But hey, she out of my league anyway because I'm still with MySpace. So hey.
All right, real quick, Marvin, what's going on with your book? How can we get a copy? And tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
40plusstrong.com, 40plusstrong.com, 40plusstrong.com. And again, the book is doing what the book does. So, last week you can see Fernando Bryant on there, former Alabama cornerback, former Jacksonville Jaguars star. Fernando took the book. He did what he did. Fernando dropped about 30 pounds in about 3 months using the program. He's just one of many, man. So again, if you need a good resource to help you get back in shape and get you back together, 40plusstrong.com. We got you covered.
Yeah. What's next for us this next week, Marvin? What you got?
Well, that depends, man, because here's the thing. I talked to Bradley, and he wants to do a show with just him and his mom, an exclusive that most networks can't get.
You hear that, Steve? Yeah, you pay attention.
So it's either going. We have some other former Bama stars on standby.
Yeah, we got a pretty nice list. We lost your audio, Marvin. Maybe it's for the best. But real quick, fellas, we really appreciate you coming on. If you would, before you head on out, tell us what's next for you guys, how we can contact you on social media, all that good stuff. JehJeh, I'll start with you. First of all, it's great to see you. I miss being in Birmingham. I miss seeing you on the regular, man. So this is a real pleasure. So if you would, man, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Well, I'm still on Good Day Alabama from 7 to 9, 7 to 10 every morning, and come out and watch it. And of course, to get me on social media, on all of them, it's JehJeh Pruitt. Facebook, it's JehJeh Pruitt, JehJeh Pruitt. But everything else, it's J Pruitt. And Twitter, JehJehP. So contact me, guys. Follow me.
What's up?
Mr. Darius, I appreciate you being on here, man. You definitely are one of the best hard-hitting linebackers I ever seen. Hey, man, it wasn't uncommon to see that 9-9 messing people up. So if you would, man, tell us what's next for you and how we can find you on social media.
Justin. Hey, Justin, y'all can hear me, Justin?
Yes.
So one time, Darius ended up covering a fumble on the sideline. He was crawling around on his knees. And I smacked his helmet, but when you strong, I smacked it a little bit too hard. When I tell you, Darius jumped up like he wanted to fight me.
Yeah, I'm gonna doggone knock your teeth out. But anyway, but yeah, man, shoot, I'm just teaching and coaching, man, in Decatur, Alabama at Austin High School. Social media ain't my thing, so you can't find me.
Smoke signals.
But
I was gonna send you some pictures of all the old women I be dealing with, 70s, 80s, 90s,
But you already wrapped up, so keep it clean. But yeah, man, I appreciate you being on, man. I really enjoyed the show for sure.
Well, I appreciate y'all for coming, man. And Mr. Moon, what's next for you?
Oh,
That's all I gotta say about that.
You know what? Hey, that's that bad connection in Gainesville.
I said that's that Gainesville.
I think the athletic director cut it off. He caught the show.
Well, man, it's truly been a pleasure. I want to thank y'all for joining us, man. Again, my humblest everything. Thank you, guys. Man.
Absolutely, guys. Great show, and thank y'all again.
Steven,
hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Good to see all you guys, man.
And roll tide.
Man.
Roll tide.
Roll tide. Appreciate it.
We rolling.